We don't book our guests based on their social media influence power, but our next guest has some real street cred, and we're happy to be her friends. Let's welcome Chelsea Lords from Chelsea's Messy Apron to the table.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. How many times have you been with us?
This is my third time.
That's it?
Gosh.
Or fourth.
She
Maybe
came
fourth.
during COVID,
I did
right?
come, yes.
I remember we had pies, right?
I made
or
pies.
treats.
Yeah, and
yes.
cookies.
And did you come to one of our birthday parties that was
Yes.
at the Riverbridge Event Center?
Yes.
I remember
That was
that.
amazing. That was so fun.
Before we lead in, I mean, we already know how great she is.
Yes.
Like my favorite food blog ever, because I reference it.
And your next door neighbor.
And my neighbor.
kind of my neighbor too.
And we never see each other. But was it last week?
Oh,
So this,
no.
you know the pumpkin cookie recipe that's a box of spice cake mix
Yes.
and chocolate chips,
It's the Weight Watchers recipe, right?
and then
With
pumpkin.
some pumpkin.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah,
So
that's what I do.
I had two of the three things. So I'm like, Chelsea, can you be on Studio Chatter? And do you have spice cake mix? And she says, no.
Like
you
the base? You didn't have the
no.
The one of
But I
the
had
two
the pumpkin.
ingredients.
She's like, but I will make you up.
So she's like, I have yellow cake mix, and you could add spices. I'm like, no.
Can you do that? How? Can you just make the cookies?
So then she, like 2 hours later, she's like, hey, did you get your spice cake? I need to run up to Walmart. I'm like, pick me up some spice cake. She brings me back 2 cake mixes.
For
And
next time.
And a Sprite
yes.
that I didn't even look at. I just put right in my fridge, and it was my favorite Sprite from the holidays.
It's the
cranberry one.
Yeah.
She's sweet.
Well, you
So she's
introduced me
great.
to it. And I love that
It is.
right now.
It's a good one.
But they don't sell it. Like
Just
now. It just came out. So.
Yeah.
So not only
It's not year-round.
do you teach us to cook, you actually go grocery shopping for us.
You hold Stacy's hand and help her.
Yeah. If you're
we
missing
love you,
half the
Chelsea.
ingredients, call Chelsea.
I mean, I'm at Walmart at least 3 times a day, so chances
gosh.
are, if I don't have it, I will be at
probably do.
Walmart to have it soon.
Well, speaking of the holidays, like what are you serving this holiday season?
Right now, it's all about chilies. I think everyone's kind of doing chili for Halloween, which is so fun. Chilies, soups, and then we're going to get into the holidays, which is such a fun time. It's the busiest time for food websites. So a lot of Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, those types of recipes. A lot of traditional, and then a lot of like new spins on classics, which is
Like,
really
give us
fun.
an example of a spin.
You know, like you probably grew up eating green bean casserole with canned mushroom soup, and I think, you know, just putting a fresh spin. I have a really fun like green bean casserole, but there's no, you know, cream of soups. It's like adding bacon and like a lemon sauce and just doing kind of fresh and, you know, but you still have that classic, like, I want the green beans, I want, you know, a comforting dish. It's still got, you know, bacon and just more fresh flavors though. So I
You
think,
made my mouth water.
I mean, these are the best green beans ever. I
I'd be
love them.
texting Chelsea, do you have any cream of mushroom soup or green beans?
Or both. Some lemon sauce. That'd be great.
Well, how could we spice up maybe like Brussels sprouts?
Brussels sprouts are so good with some Parmesan and panko. So like breadcrumbs, but the panko is the bigger breadcrumbs. It's like a Japanese breadcrumb, and so they're bigger, crispier. You just roast. I think roasting any vegetable makes it magical. My kids will tell you they love vegetables, and that's because I only serve them roasted. And when you roast vegetables, you know, in a really high heat, you're going to get that caramelization, that really great flavor. It makes any vegetable, I am like convinced, it makes it delicious. Add in some Parmesan.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say cheese. Do you believe in an air fryer?
Yes.
Okay,
Those
good.
make them so good. I mean,
Okay.
that does a
That
similar
is the
thing.
same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay. That's good.
It's just hard Thanksgiving to, if you're serving a lot of people,
To
you will
air
be at
fry
the
it.
air fryer all night long doing your
And
Brussels
she's
sprouts
doing
and shaking
Instant Pot.
them. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
But yes, you do. That's good. Okay, I can do that.
but I think, you know, air fryers are great, Instant Pots, crock pots, these are all great for Thanksgiving when there's limited oven space and if you're having to make a lot. On my website I have, you know, several like similar recipes but created in different, so like a slow cooker or an Instant Pot to make mashed potatoes. Or potatoes au gratin if your oven's got the turkey in it or something like that. So just kind of being creative with how you use your kitchen appliances. That's always helpful for the holidays.
It is. We went up to a cabin last year. That reminds me of it. And we did have to make the potatoes like in Instant Pots.
Yeah.
And like keep them warm that way because there was only one little oven
Yeah, if
with
you only have
a
one
gazillion
oven
people.
and a billion people, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So-
Oh, stressful.
What's your favorite dessert for the holidays?
Oh my gosh. I love creme brulee. It's like my very, very favorite. I think anyone knows that they're coming to my house, they're getting it. I have a million ramekins, and it's really fun too to like get guests interacting. They can torch the tops of their creme brulee, which is, a fun thing. And people think it sounds fancy. I swear to you, creme brulee is like the easiest dessert to make. It's just
Really?
I think a lot of people don't do it because you do need to get the kitchen torch. But if you make creme brulee, you will be like, oh my gosh, it's the easiest dessert.
Life-changing.
And it's so good.
It is
It's so
I
good.
would be nervous of like torching it.
No, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Okay, yeah.
And I
Not
just
lighting it on fire, just a little bit.
I know. I just know where this is going with my kids torching.
Right?
Yeah,
My
burn
kids-
off the eyebrows.
I just love the kitchen torch. We put it up high, so that's good.
Anything else fun for Christmas that we should be trying
Oh my
or
gosh.
doing or looking for?
For Christmas or
Uh-huh,
Thanksgiving?
Christmas.
For Christmas, cookies. I feel like Christmas is all about cookies.
do
Have a
love a
fun cookie exchange with friends. I feel like that's the best way to get new recipes. Try a ton of really fun cookies. You can have a bite or a taste of everything. And as a foodie, I don't know. That's like my favorite thing is you want to try everything. So.
Chelsea, one thing I have learned from you, and it's probably because you're in this world and you're baking all the time and your freezer is always full.
Yes.
But I think that's smart for like any of us. Like, why not double our cookie recipe and freeze some so then in 2 weeks, when you have friends
Totally.
come over, you can just pull some things out. Like
Yeah.
you're always.
Can you freeze cookie dough?
And I'll give you a tip. Anyone knows, any neighbor, if they need cookies, I have so many different doughs. You always know, right? Like I have, yes.
Dear Chelsea, what
freezing-
cookie dough do you
So do you make them in little balls
So you
and
make
freeze
them in the balls,
Okay.
roll them first, and then put them on a sheet pan, like a parchment paper lined sheet pan, and then freeze them like that. And once they're solid, you can take those hard balls and put them in like a airtight container or bag or something. You bake them straight from the freezer, just add like 2 or 3 minutes. They're the best. I think they're even better frozen because those flavors have really had a chance to like meld and intensify, and like
Okay.
they're so good. The texture is just perfect. So anytime I make cookies, if we're not eating them all, which is most of the time, I'll freeze half a batch or make a double batch and freeze.
And
That's a
with her
great idea.
soups,
You have
like
'em.
we were
Freeze
out
my
walking the
soups.
cul-de-sac the other day. She was, and I was standing there, but talking to another neighbor, and she's like, "I have soup in my freezer. Do you want me to go get it out?" And I'm like, "Oh, Chelsea just has the breads, the soups, the cookies."
Yeah,
So-
my freezer is stocked, but it's great because if you have last minute guests or you have a last minute party to go to, you already have done the work. You just have to heat it
Yeah.
up, warm it up, or bake the cookies.
I think that's a
We
great
could all
idea.
be
That
last
is.
minute guests.
Yes. We love
That's what
you.
I'm thinking. I don't want to do the cooking. I want to be
We're
the
gonna
guest.
let the kids trick or treat. We're going over to her house.
We'll be back. A bag of frozen soup instead of
We're here
candy.
with
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Happy
Chelsea.
holidays. Thanks, Chelsea.
Thank you.